Power Book 4 for Season 2, Episode 1, Tommy's back. Tommy is definitely back. It's a whole lot of going on. And the writers, the director, the producer, they came with it. People complained about it moved too slow season 1. They jump right back into it this season. We see Tommy, it comes on, Tommy sitting down, thinking about Liliana. He think he hear her voice and her telling him, "What you gonna do? It's been 2 days since I've been gone. You gonna figure out who did this to me or what?" When he figures out that it was that daggone girl, Claudia who did it, I wonder how's that gonna feel because, well, basically the way the episode went, him and Claudia ain't in business no more together anyway. So we gonna see. But yeah, he trying to figure out. He heard he heard about Liliana. That really was his friend, you know? And that's another loss because I don't know what the timeline is, but I know it hasn't been a whole year since Ghost. I don't think, you know? So I don't, a whole year since Ghost has been murdered by Tariq. I'm not sure how this is playing out, what the timeline is and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think it's been that long, you know? But we also see Tommy show up to JB's house, or no, the grandmother's house, Miriam's house. And so JB and Darnell and Kate hold up in there. Um, Kate really is trying to be there for Darnell and be a grandmother. Tommy tried to slip her some powder on the low, and she said, "No, take it. I don't want it. I'm trying to stay clean." So that would be good if she really did try, because Kate been selfish her whole life. Tommy gets a call from, I think he got a call from Diamond. So he leaves, he go meet up with Diamond or whatever. They go have a meeting with whoever Diamond got as his crew now. Lets them know that what their territories are. That they not effing with Janard no more. Diamond don't do rumors, but it is true. Him and Janard not operating like brothers anymore. And of course not, because Janard tried to kill him. Or have him killed. So we got one. It's always one that gotta run their mouth and say something slick. Tommy sitting in the cut. He want to know who the white guy sitting in the corner. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's the thing. Like, you be trying to size up people based on how they look, and you're going to get yourself hurt doing that sometimes. And I said, this guy is going to end up being a problem at some point. I didn't know how fast that was going to happen, but he ended up being a problem. So they gave them some Dahlia, because Tommy still got it, but got some product for them to sell. But Claudia and is her brother named Vince? I think his name Vince. They don't have nothing to sell. She got the doctor or the chemist in there trying to come up and making it or whatever. And the chemist is like, "I want to get out of here. I gave you the formula and everything. Like, I want to go with my life." Claudia put a gun to her, was like, "I need you to get the money I need to get and make the money I want to make. So you ain't going nowhere. The only way you leaving here is by death." I said, "See, you done got yourself." Well, they kidnapped her. It's not like she volunteered to do this for a little while or nothing. They kidnapped her and forced her into doing this. But even last season, I was like, she ain't gonna last long. Something gonna happen to her, and it did. Um, Tommy found out. Tommy at some point finds out. Well, first of all, they out there in their little territory, and who pulled up? But Merkovich. And Tommy was like, Merkovich told him that this was now his territory. Janard told him he can have that territory. And Diamond's like, "No, this is my territory. Janard can't tell you can have Ish." So Merkovich leaves. He goes and tortures and beats up Janard. Like, how you gonna promise me something that you ain't got no hold of or whatever? So Janard get beat up by him. Merkovich is double crossing people because he trying to do things with Diamond and trying to do things with Jannard too. Also, Jannard is double crossing because Jannard working for Merkovich and owe Merkovich money, and he owe the I think they Mexican. He owed this guy named Miguel too. And he goes to have a meeting with Miguel, and you can hear somebody screaming and being tortured in the back. Miguel allowed him to see something and to put fear in him, and you can tell that Jannard is a little bit afraid or whatever. Jannard have a meeting with his guys too, saying what their territories are, and ain't nobody effing with Diamond and his crew no more. It's no more CBI like that or whatever. Next thing you know, we see him pull up to a basketball court, and I think that boy name was Chulo, the one I said that was gonna be a problem. Jannard pull up to him and tell him, I give you the bricks for 4K less than whatever my price my brother gave me. And the boy like say less, cause Jannard was like, come on, you committing treason or no? And the boy was like, say less after that. And so I said, see, now you about to get caught up. And what end up happening? He get caught up. We find out from somebody that he was getting bricks from Jannard as well. Jannard is a desperate man out here trying to get this money because he asked for a week. He asked Miguel for a week to get the rest of his money because he didn't have all the re-up money. And Miguel was like, no, I want my money by Friday. I said, you better get it. He goes to the boxing gym. It's a girl in there running the gym. The girl obviously got eyes for Jannard. She flirting hard. He takes her money or whatever and go on about his business. And then like later on that night, she shows up to his place, gives him some more money because she heard about what happened with him getting beat up by Merkovich and them. He also tries to go to Claudia, goes to Claudia penthouse and try to go into business with her. She said, no, I'm good. And told him he can let himself out. Meanwhile, Claudia and Vic, his name not Vince, his name Victor. Claudia, their father come over and say that he got things handled. They like, how? We can't believe you. Vic is believing Claudia that the father is the reason that his girlfriend from season 1 Gloria got murdered. The father set it all up. We already know all that. So he leaves them. They still feeling the way about that. Claudia says, we need to go in business together. We're going to split it down the middle 50-50. Vic like, I'm down, whatever. And I'm saying to myself, but your sister is a stab you in the back type of person. You can't really fully trust your sister. Y'all brother and sister. And she made sure she said it too. Aren't we brother and sister? Like that's supposed to solidify that she got his back. And it's like not necessarily like for money, Claudia will do some things. And she will sell Vic up the river for money. I believe. Their father meets with another guy. He owes Dublin money. The big families in Dublin, he owed him a lot of money. And he got this one guy came over, and the guy he's supposed to get supposed to pay the guy for peace. And the guy was telling him his price, and he tried to say, but I knew your father, whatever. He was like, yeah, that was my father. I'm a different person. So I don't know what the guy's going to do or whatever. And I recognize him from something else, but I cannot place where I recognize this actor from. But he was on something else that I seen. Tommy, Diamond has to meet up with his parole officer. The other officer got fired. They found out that he was taking payments from CBI. So the new parole officer told Diamond that, he sounded like he was harsh, but he told him like, listen, man, I don't want to see you go back to prison, so I'm just going to do my job to make sure you don't go back or whatever, but if you do such and such, I got to violate you. Diamond like, okay. Also, Diamond gets a text from that girl he was seeing, Adrian. He get a text from her saying that she can't do this or whatever, so it's over. I'm guessing they wrote her out because, remember, Stars and Showtime requires their actors to get vaccinated to be on their shows or whatever, and maybe she decided that she didn't want to get the vaccine the same way that what was her name on Harlem? I mean, not Harlem. Run the World, the really pretty little chocolatey one that had the short haircut, and they tried to make it seem like she went to Mexico and stayed in Mexico. Like that's the reason she didn't come back to Harlem. The reason Redman didn't they changed characters, like they got somebody else to play his character, is because he said it himself, he refused to get the vaccination, so he couldn't be on the show no more, so they had to get a new actor. But anyway, yeah, so she sent him, we see that text come through, and he like, fuck it, going about his business. Him and Tommy go to meet up with the guy Miguel too. Miguel said, y'all gonna be short too? Because Diamond was like, we need to have a conversation. Miguel like, y'all gonna be short? Y'all short? And he like, what? And so Miguel let him know that it was short on the re-up, or his payments or whatever. And Diamond like, that ain't even it. Like, this my new, and he like, y'all gotta be careful. Like, you don't just bring no new face around here. He could get killed like that. So Diamond like, that's my new partner and whatever. So they took Tommy and put Tommy in his room, looked like a little regular house, little kitchen or whatever. And then a young lady comes in. Then the young lady, Tommy flirt with her a little bit. She getting some stuff together, putting it in the bag. That's when we see Janard and Miguel having their conversation. And Miguel like, do you trust him? Because your life depends on it. And Diamond is like, yes, I trust Tommy. He the real deal or whatever. I can trust him. And so he like, all right. And they he said we can get double whatever. We got all this money. So they gave him the money. And he go get Tommy so they can get the product. And he Diamond tells the sister, I forgot what her name was, that we didn't know who she was to Miguel, but we find out that's his sister. And so he was like your brother Miguel wants to speak to you. And so Tommy left in the room, and he told Tommy, like, stay away from her. She is off limits. The graveyard is full of people that tried to cross the line with her. She's off limits. Like, no, it's a no-go. And Tommy like, man, I'm about getting this paper. I wasn't trying to get with her. And I'm like, sir, you's a lie. So Tommy goes to JB's house. Y'all, this acid reflux is about to do me, and it's been like a ball of fire in my chest for the last 3 days. I'm on a new medication that for acid reflux that you can only use at night. And I just feel like, why is this medication saying take 1 pill before bed when I go to sleep, I'm not eating anything, so I'm getting relief during the time that I'm not even eating anything. And then when I wake up the next day, I want to say about, and it's been happening the last 2 days that I took this medicine, by 1 o'clock, my chest got like a ball in it. I got a cousin that got real bad acid reflux, and you know what she did? She changed her diet. But I just don't, like, she don't do any tomato sauce or anything. I don't want to give up tomato sauce. And pizza. I love pizza. Matter of fact, I'm making myself pizza right now. Because I'm hungry and I just want some. Even though I'm already burning right here. I know, foolish, right? Real foolish, but it's a lot of dietary changes you got to make when you got acid reflux, yo. And it's annoying. I just had to come on here and say that. It's so annoying. But back to Power Force. I said Tommy went to JB's, but he didn't. Actually, yes, he did. Tommy did go to JB's. You know why? He went over there to do something, and he caught Darnell in there by himself. Darnell looking at TikTok and showing Tommy, like the little boy got on there, he dancing. And he said it's not about him dancing, it's about what these emojis mean. And basically, the boy is selling drugs via TikTok. Like, certain emojis is telling you how much the stuff costs, what he got, and where he is, where you could get it. I said, oh, wow, or where whoever is selling it is. So he was like, Uncle Tommy, you gotta, like, you need me. I'm good. You gonna need me to help you do stuff or whatever, right? And he like, D-Mac, I just want you to stay clean and get yourself together. Because D-Mac is very smart. He's proven to be very smart. So he was like, I don't want you to get caught up in none of this. And D-Mac, but like Uncle Tommy, like this a whole new realm or whatever, a whole new market or way of selling without getting caught up or whatever. So Tommy like, all right, I'm gonna let you make me one of them and all that kind of stuff like that. So he goes on about his business. He also has a conversation with JB, and JB like, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Like, I got you. And Tommy like, no, take care of D-Mac. I don't want you caught up in this business. And if you need more money to take care of things, like, I always got it. And he like, but bruh, like, come on, like, let me help. So they walk and they get to this place. He said, let me show you something. And they go in the back way. He like, where you got me? It's a cute little bar. Needs some work. He told JB that he bought it from the previous owner, and it's an up-and-coming neighborhood, meaning that it's probably being gentrified. And you can fix it up and do what you want, like, because the last place you had, that place was a money pit. Like, it's just every time you turn around, it was something wrong. So JB like, oh, wow. He saying, you and Darnell, y'all can make this like a family business when he get up and he can move. And Tommy get a call. But while he in there talking to JB, we see the cops, the feds pull up, and they trying to get some fingerprints because they didn't got a picture of Tommy, two good pictures of his face, and trying to figure out who he is. And they got some intel from New York saying that his name is Tommy, and he was supposed to have burned up in the car. Remember when he crashed that car and it caught on fire, and everybody thought he was dead? Well, they thought he was dead in New York, but now they still think he did. But of course, the feds over here in Chicago is like, well, he's obviously not dead or whatever, because he's here live in color, in person. So they sent, they want to verify that it's him. So they sent 2 federal agents. They brushing the doorknob of his car to get some fingerprints. And I'm like, oh my God, I want him to come out here and catch her. But they pull off before he could come outside and get in the car. He come outside and get in the car. He drive. He sees Miguel's sister on the bus stop. He offers her a ride. She say no. She take the bus. She a nurse for real. They have like a short conversation. Then we also see at some point Tommy gets a phone call from JB. They at the hospital. No, before Tommy get the phone call from JB, he hear about Claudia still trying to sell Dahlia and all that. So he puts a call into JB and said, I know how you can help me. It's something I need you to do. Next thing you know, Vic goes to to Claudia, and he's like, what the hell? Like, why would the doc put the formula to Dahlia on the internet? Claudia like, what are you talking about? So he pulls it up. She pulls it up, Googles it, and it is out there. So the formula is out there. So I'm not sure if Tommy got JB to do it, or if the doctor did it. But I don't think the doctor did it, because honestly, the doctor is scared for her life. But the craziest thing is, if she died, Claudia don't have a way of manufacturing Dahlia on her own anyway. So, like, when she told the doctor, like, you going to either do this or you going to die, I would have been like, well, kill me then. Honestly, because, like, if I die, you still can't make it. Like, girl, like, what are you doing? So anyway, that happens. So she goes and confronts the chemist. Like, I know it was you that put the formula out there. She was like, what are you talking about? I ain't do that. I've been in here all day working or whatever. She was like, yeah, you did it. And she was like, come on, you don't have to do this. And she shoots a point blank range, kills the chemist. Like I said, I already knew that her death was coming. I knew she wasn't going to last that long. She just wasn't built for this life. So anyway, Tommy gets a phone call from JB. He rushes to the hospital. Darnell's gunshot wound and got infected. They said they've been there over an hour. Nobody want to help them and all that. So Tommy goes up to the nurse's station and was like, come on, my nephew been here. Somebody need to help him and everything. And lo and behold, a nurse come out and like, how can we help you, sir? It's Miguel's sister. So she was like, we gotta get him from right here or whatever. So we gotta get him to a room to help him. So they get him. She said that it is infected, but with some certain meds and all that kind of stuff, he should come around or whatever. And that like shook Tommy. He don't want to lose nobody else. And seeing him being family oriented and really showing some emotion and some feeling for somebody is a really good thing. I enjoy that. Towards the end of the episode, we get like to the end or whatever. And I'm trying to think, make sure I ain't leaving nothing out that really happened. I don't think I did. If I did, y'all can put it in the comments if y'all decide to comment on this video. But we see that guy Chewy. I think his name was Choey or Chewy, the guy that I said was gonna be a problem. Diamond and Tommy then found out that Jannard poached him from their team, and he decided he gonna sell for Jannard or whatever. Even though we all know Jannard ain't got no money. Like I told y'all, he tried to go to Claudia and try to get Claudia to go into business with him. Claudia was like, no, absolutely not. So anyway, Tommy, in the scene, the way Tommy was looking, it reminded me of P-Valley. Remember how Lord Murder was walking through the alley with that hoodie on and all that to go and get Pico? That's how it looked when Tommy came up with the all black on the hoodie to the guy Chewy. He's standing like near his car. He say something slick, like white boy something. And Tommy said whatever he said to him and shot him like 3 times and he gone. And that basically was the season opener for Force. What do y'all think about it so far? The storylines and all that's going on. Do y'all think it was a good opening episode for the new season? And what do y'all, like, just from looking at this and the super trailer, what do y'all expect to happen on this new season of Force? I know one thing, it's about to be a whole lot of civil war going on. I think it's going to be Diamond against Jannard. It's going to be Claudia and Vic against their father, because they trying to break out on their own and their father still treating them like kids, you know. That's gonna be an issue. It's about to be a mess, because even Miguel said he got issues with the Miguel got issues with the Serbs, so as being suppliers and stuff like that. So it's about to be civil war on here, and I think we in for a good season. I think the writers did their thing and they're coming back stronger and harder for this new season of Force. Got my fingers crossed, because sometimes things look promising and they don't end up promising, but I got my fingers crossed for it. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Next week, same time, I guess. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a great, great Labor Day weekend. I'm just going to chill this time for Labor Day. People having cookouts, but I'm just chilling in the house. I feel crafty, so I started working on something for I know a few people having babies, and 2 of them I know are having boys. So I'm trying to make blankets, and the ones I'm making take a lot of time and work. So I started 2 different ones this week, and hopefully they get done before the moms actually give birth to their babies, so they can have them to use when it's time to bring the babies home from the hospital, because they both will be winter babies. I think both moms are due around the same time. Actually, one of the moms is a YouTuber who I watch, and when I found out she was having a baby, I just was like, I want to make something for her, just to bless her with it, And I told her I wanted to, and would she be open to taking it, if I send it to her? And she was like, yes, I really would appreciate it. So that's all I ask for when I'm doing something, like when I feel the urge to be given and do that. I just want it to be, very much appreciated, because for one, yarn is not cheap all the time. For the most part, it's not cheap, and it takes a lot of labor as far as sitting there and making something with your hands. It takes a lot. And a lot of people don't get that or act like they don't get it because they feel like, well, I can go to the store, like those crochet bucket hats that's out. I'm going off on a whole nother tangent. But the crochet bucket hats that people been wearing all summer, and you see a lot of celebrities wearing them and all that kind of stuff right now. They might be buying something from the store that's, being mass produced. But for a person to sit there and take their time to do it by hand, that takes long. Those ruffle hats, I did a few of them last winter. Those ruffle hats take a lot of time. Like, it's when the hat part, making sure that part is the right size for a person's head, doing that might take a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours to do that part. But those ruffles, that take a long time. That take more time. Getting down to all them little ruffles and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot. So I just be wanting people to appreciate it and know how much time and effort, but time and work goes into doing that stuff. It's not all easy. Sometimes you start and stop, and got to frog meaning take it out to a certain point and then start over again and all that kind of stuff, like trying to make it perfect, but yeah, I see y'all. I'm just gonna be crocheting this weekend. That's what I'm gonna be doing, crocheting, binge watching some TV and chilling. It's a couple documentaries I want to watch. I watched one the other night, yeah. But let me go, because right now I'm just rambling. I'll see y'all the next time. Peace.